Alright, I'm gonna get straight to the point because it seems like these videos don't want to motherfucking do what they supposed to do, which is load in here and load quickly. So I gotta put the messages out there fast and try to stay as close to the base as possible because internet connection seems to be one to be messed up. English language. A lot of folks don't know it like they should know it, and they're from America. English language is a very young language. Out of all the languages that you actually know about, Chinese, Japanese, Latin, Italian, Haitian, you name it, most of them are older than the English language. Period. As a matter of fact, I don't even know why I'm doing that. But there are some specific key words in the English language that are abused, that are not used the way that they're supposed to be used, because people don't even know what the hell they actually mean and how deep their meaning is. Like, for example, the word why. Did a video about this on Facebook, but I couldn't pull that video over to YouTube, but I can take videos from YouTube and put them over on Facebook. So I'm gonna try to reiterate what I had then right now. The word why is an extremely important word for the simple fact that it leads to actions, and it actually explains actions, and it also brings the value to the actions, how important that actual action really was, because a lot of people over dramatize dramatic, you know what the hell I'm saying, it's not a word, but you know what I'm saying, they will over dramatize something that happened. Like, for example, somebody get murdered, somebody get beat up, somebody get robbed, um, your boyfriend is cheating on you, your girlfriend's cheating on you, different things like that. A lot of folks don't take the time out to think about why. A lot of folks don't even care about why, when why defines the whole situation. Why will tell you why it happened, what's going on, and what your actual response to it should be. That's what's really important. It's not about what happened, it's about what you do about it, how you respond to it. Like, for example, and I do remember saying this on the original Facebook video. It was a live video. Let's say you got a woman, been in a relationship with a man, and this man is abusive. He been hitting on her for the longest. He been hitting on her so much that the people outside her house, their neighbors, the block, her friends, they all know about it. They all telling her, and they all, the ones that talk to her, are like, man, you should leave him, and they wonder why she won't do it and what's going on. Why won't she free herself of this? And then all of a sudden one day, everybody knows it's the police all around her house. They taking her out the house in handcuffs. She on her way to jail. Come find out this man murdered. He dead. She done went and killed this man. Now why she gonna go and do something like that? Why she gonna kill this man? Most of the folks that know her situation know why. And that why will get taken into the courthouse. There's a reason why there's a judicial system. There's a reason why there's a lawyer. There's a reason why there's a prosecutor. There's a reason why there's a judge. There's a reason why there's a jury. There's a reason why all of that happens. Why is the question of the hour. It is. It just is what it is. And if you people who are checking into this, I just sent out a mass message to the folks that I do know directly. Come check out the YouTube channel, because it's knowledge, things that you don't think about, and then you can spread that to others and let them think about it. Think about to yourself how many times you actually think about why something actually happened, and you looked into why, and when you found out why, you changed your decision making on what you were going to do about it, or it helped you make a decision on what you were going to do about it. That woman goes into jail. They take her in front of a jury. Whole bunch of people that know her show up at the courthouse for her proceedings. They're all willing to sit on the witness stand and tell them what they know about it. The why in that situation easily can take a murderer and put him right back on the streets. That woman could walk away without a charge, without doing any time. It's very possible. Does it happen often? No, but it can, and it has, because of the word why. And a lot of folks don't care about it. They don't think about it. It's not in their mind of why. They hear something happen. Oh, he's a murderer. That's it. It's murder. Oh, she killed him. That's it. Shouldn't have killed him. You didn't have to kill him. There's so many other options. There's a reason why. And the jury, and this is the thing I can't stand about people who don't care about the word why. There's a reason. Everything's not an excuse. There are reasons in this world for things to happen. Now, when this woman gets up in that courtroom and the police records come out, the witness accounts come out, the stories come out, and everybody starts to hear why this woman one day when she was in the kitchen with this man and he got to running off at the mouth and it looked like he was about to run up all inside of her head for the 50 millionth time, and she just so happened to have a butcher's knife in her hand or a hot pan of grease or a hot pan of grits, Al Green, or a fucking big ass saucepan or some shit like that. And she decided that day, out of fear and reaction, to swing on him with whatever's in her hand, and it turned deadly. There's going to be a whole bunch of people with empathy for that situation that at first did not have it because they heard she was a murderer, heard it was murder, heard it, that word murder put them in a certain mindset. That's what words do. They put you in a certain mindset that makes you do certain actions. The actions don't come without thought. And then thoughts usually turn into words, and words usually invoke thought. So the words come in more than once before even the actions are even implemented or done. That's why I use a lot of different words when I talk to people, and people are like, what the hell does that mean? Because I'm thinking further than what you're thinking. I'm thinking about the details of actually what I'm trying to say to you, and I'm conveying a message to your brain. A lot of people don't know that. You're getting controlled by the things that are said to you because you're reacting to them instead of invoking action upon other people through thought and the words that you say to them. So, imagine that. All them witness accounts, all them folks get to talking on that stand. They get to telling how this woman is such a good woman. She don't do nothing but do nice things for this man. Always cooking and cleaning for him and always taking care of his kids. And he ain't never seemed like he got nothing to worry about. He always seemed like he cool and blah, blah, blah. And she's just so nice and everybody loves her. And she doesn't do anything. She's never going out anywhere. They don't see her in the clubs or the bar. They ain't never seen her around town with no other guys. Stand up lady. But now she's on trial for murder. The people will stand up and be like, look, there's a reason why. That man is abusive. He beat on her. We see her with black eyes. We see her with, sunglasses on in the wintertime. We see her, like hiding her face. She don't ever want to come outside. That's why she ain't coming outside, because she always got some type of bruise somewhere, or she always in pain. That judge and that jury just might overturn that whole verdict. They might not even have to overturn the verdict. They might not even get into the verdict and let her go, due to the fact that they understand. Want to know why they understand? Because of the word I just said. Why? They found out why she would do something like that. Why her brain would go in that direction. So imagine this. A lot of situations happen to you in life, right? A lot of things go down. And I will say this ahead of time for those who have had situations that have happened to them that you cannot explain why, because it does exist. There's a lot of situations that do not have the definition after why, because folks just did it out of spite, out of spontaneous moments, whatever the case may be, evil, who knows. I mean, even then there's a why, but at the same time, those whys don't really apply because they don't really make sense. But nevertheless, look at that situation. Think about that situation within itself alone. How many people gonna argue with that? This woman don't deserve to walk the streets. She a murderer. She killed this man. Then you got a whole bunch of folks that's like, yeah, right. What would you do? You sitting there getting your head knocked in every day. Every 5-10 minutes you have a conversation with this person. It turns into an argument. Y'all always upset. Next thing you know, he want to put his hands on you. Or she want to put her hands on you. Same thing with kids. Parents and kids, and especially step parents, which is one of the biggest reasons why I never wanted my marriage to end. Never want to be away from my kids. Never want to have the family that I put together broken. Because I can't trust nobody. And I've built a large, massive amount of trust in my wife. No matter what the situation is between me and her at this time and date, I've put a lot of trust into that person to take care of them kids, because I know for a fact, I know for a guaranteed fact, she ain't gonna kill my kids. And my kids is wild. Autistic child at the age of 12, still having issues even communicating. Gets on your nerves, does all types of stuff that'll make some people who don't have that empathy in them do something that they ain't supposed to. Even if you neglect, that's still doing something that you ain't supposed to. Got a daughter, brand new, fresh, ain't even a year old yet. She on her way. Girl cry all the time. Got mad issues. Always want to be free. You know, she a baby. How many times have we heard about cases where babies then got left in a room to cry for hours and hours and end up, you know, hyperventilating or choking on their own spit and dying, or getting thrown somewhere, or getting dropped, or getting kicked, or getting slapped, or getting choked, you know what I'm saying, or something like that, because they wouldn't be quiet, they wouldn't stop crying, and the person couldn't figure out what it was to stop that from happening. So, long story short, because I talk a lot, and I talk for a long time, that's why on my last video, which it didn't upload like it was supposed to, I put out a warning. All those people with short attention spans, don't come to the channel. Don't come to the channel for these videos where I'm dropping information and invoking thought. Because you don't have the attention span long enough to listen to the whole entire conversation. So you are never going to get this full experience, the full amount of knowledge, because you're going to check out. Mentally, you're going to check out before you can get there. It's been 13 minutes and going right now. I can almost guarantee if there's anybody who looks at this, they're going to check out within 5, if not less than that. Why waste your time? You didn't get the point. You never got the chance to get to the point. And even if you think you know the point, you still don't know it fully because you never watched the whole thing. But why, man? The word why. Use it. Use it well. Take time out to actually say why, wonder why, question everything. Anything that happens, anything somebody says, anything that goes down. Your boyfriend cheat on you. I understand you feeling like ain't no need for me to ask why. I know why. No, you don't know why. Why? It could be because this person is selfish and they ain't mature and they don't know how to handle their emotions, and they felt some kind of way about something that you did or you said or something like that, and they felt like, you know what, I'm gonna go over here and make myself feel good. And come to find out, they're not in love with that person. They don't even really like that person. They just knew that person was willing to go. They was willing to do it, and they did it. They in love with you. They want things to change with you. They would like to develop things with you, but they don't know how to attempt the situation. They don't know the right approach, or they're worried that you may not understand, or that you might want to break up with them, and they take those options away by going out and doing things like that, and actually they're opening up the door for worse options. And that why right there could have explained everything. Y'all could have had that whole entire conversation before they ever even did that action, and y'all could have came up with the conclusion of, okay, yeah, we can work on this. Yeah, we can talk about this. We can go through this. We can make this work. I can change that activity. Or I can work on that activity, and if I can't change it, then I guess we're going to have to let this go. Those are the type of situations that happen when people actually think about why. Why would you want to go out and cheat? Why would you want to hurt that person? Why would you want to steal something from somebody? Why would you want to beat that person up? You know, there's a reason. And those reasons can be explained, they can be defined, they can be put into perspective, so that way better decisions are made. Another situation with the word why is when people leave out details. They're leaving out details so that way when you wonder why, you can not get the full truth, or you get a vague look at it, or a shaded look at it. You know, if somebody tells you, hey, I just got a message from somebody saying that they want me to come up to the club for a little bit and chill, you know, just hang out, have a couple drinks or whatever. Well, in that situation, you would be like, well, I guess I've been told why they want you to go out, but here's the details that were left out. And these are questions that should be asked. Like, well, you know, why is it this person ain't got no name? What are you trying to keep me from knowing? Oh, is this girl, or is this guy, you know, one of the guys, you know, I'm gonna go out with. One of the guys got a name. Why you ain't telling me their name? Why you ain't telling me what club y'all going to? Why you ain't telling me whether or not they talked to you about this previously? Why is this spur of the moment? Why is this just happening like this? Why? You want to know why? A lot of people don't ask them questions because they don't want to know the answer. And most of the time, those people are leaving out those details because they know why. And the why is usually pretty bad. That's the reason why is so important, because why is usually something that's not good. Now, granted, there's a lot of good whys out there. You know, a soldier in war, and it kills the children that are on the side of the road. The reason why is because he was informed that these children have suicide bombs on them, and they're standing by the road next to the convoy so they can kill themselves to kill you. So they've been directed and ordered ahead of time to fire on them on sight to eliminate the threat before the threat can become an actual threat. That's an important why. Because that man's a murderer. A murderer, not only a murderer of children. And people that look like they're innocent, women and children. Now, he could be wrong. They could literally just be innocent women and children sitting on the side of the road watching a convoy go by in their country. Or they could be what they thought they was. But his orders, whether he knows that information or not, he's been told to eliminate them. So that's his why. Is he wrong? In the eyes of citizens who live an innocent life and don't go around killing people, yeah, they look at it like, yeah, he wrong. You shouldn't be just murking off folks like that. You should investigate the situation. But if you think about why he shouldn't, because if he's right, he's dead. If he's wrong, one gone. Sad to say, hard to take, but it is real. Why is important. Ask why. Wonder why. Look into why. When you start looking into why and you start figuring out why, it helps you make very good decisions with everything that's going on. When you can find out why that person don't like you, why that person would say that about you, why that person decided to go off and do that with their life and they said they were going to do otherwise, why you're getting pulled over, why they're trying to hold you against your will, why your schedule changed, why they decided to take you off the schedule, why, you know what I'm saying, your car's not working. Like, these things that people don't ask these questions like that. They'll take their car over to somebody and because it's not working, and never ask, you know, after they evaluate it, why did that happen? And they will more than likely get stories like, Well, it's probably from the way that you were driving it, or the fact that you haven't been keeping gas in it like you're supposed to. You didn't keep up on your oil change or something like that, or the previous owner probably didn't do what they were supposed to do. Looking at these details, you need to know that. So moving on forward in the future, you can be like, okay, I'll make sure I don't do that. Or I'll make sure I do that. Or I'll make sure, you don't ever ask why. And they were like, well, we fixed it. This is what was wrong, and we fixed it. But you don't know why that went wrong. You have no idea what to do with that. You dig what I'm saying? So now you're sitting here like going through life with a better car or a better working car, and then all of a sudden same thing happened again, or something new happened that stemmed from what was going on before happens, and it's happening because of the activity that you're taking with the car. Maybe you're taking a vehicle off-road that don't belong off-road. Maybe you drive too fast and you pressing on the gas too hard, and it's pushing the engine and causing different things to act in a different way because, let's say, you're not keeping up with your fluids. You're not keeping up with your oil change. You're not keeping up with your tire pressure. You're not keeping up with keeping the parts working the way that they're supposed to be. But you never ask why, so you continuously have problems with this car, and you think this car is a lemon. This is just a terrible car. I can't stand this car. It's always got a problem. The problem ain't the car. The problem is you. But you wouldn't know that because you don't care about why. Why it happened. What's going on? What's the deal? Ask why. Folks that don't ask why, start asking why. Start asking why somebody's talking to you that way. Start asking why somebody made that decision. Start asking why. Start asking yourself why. Why did I do that? Why was I thinking that? Why was I going in that direction? Why am I still here? Why am I still doing this? Why? Why is my days all the same? Why is my days always hectic? Why am I always arguing? Why am I always upset? When you start figuring out why these things are happening, you can start changing them. Because now you know why they're happening. You know the basis of what they're happening, where they came from, what their source is. And then you can look into that. That's the reason why black folks in this country deal with what they deal with. The lack of knowledge. We fight against the lack of knowledge, not knowing why. Because everybody's more concerned with sex, drugs, alcohol, and having fun and having an advantage on others instead of thinking about why you don't have the advantage on others and why you are always doing drugs and why you are always drunk and why you are always addicted to sex and always wanting to have sex. Why? Why aren't you thinking about anything else? Why is anything else not seeming to be as important as those subjects in your life? Ask yourself these questions and start trying to figure it out. Because I've been asking myself these questions for quite some time, and I done figured out quite a bit. And I've switched up the style on a lot of different things. Got some struggles. Got some things that I'm still holding on to. Got some things that are holding on to me. But at least I know why. Which means that moving forward, compared to most folks, I got the advantage. I got a foresight because I know the past. I know the reason. I know why. I know why I like to do marijuana throughout my life. I know why I'm not like to do alcohol throughout my life. I know why I've had so many sexual issues as far as being perverse and different things in my life. I know why. There was a time when I didn't know why. And I was just living and things were just happening and I was going from one moment to another and it is what it is and it be like that sometimes. It don't be like that all the time. And you can make it to where things don't be like that all the time if you know why. Concentrate on what's actually important. Most of the stuff that you see, most of the things that actually happen, the actions, different things that go on around you, really don't have that much value when you find out why it happened. Then the situations that do have high value, you can take care of them and adjust and respond accordingly in a timely manner when you know why. Last thing before I go. This country is in a state of fucked upness. FUBAR is right there. So when all them tanks and all that start hitting your block, when they say you got a curfew, when the folks start pulling folks over for driving and being out after midnight. Start taking people to jail and locking them up for walking outside their house. You'll wonder why. They'll tell you a why, but you will never know the exact why because you never took out the time before it ever came to even look into why these type of things happen. For example, what I just described to you is called martial law. How many of you actually know what martial law is, or why martial law exists, or why they would invoke it? And it's been done multiple times. Recently, prime example, Boston Marathon bombing. They shut that whole city down and put them under martial law. Why? Because they supposedly needed to find suspects. They supposedly needed to make sure that everything, all the threats were eliminated and captured. And they got him. They caught him. They found him. They locked him up. They did their thing. But look at the action that they took. And then imagine how many people never questioned it. How many people's houses got ran into by the police and the SWAT team and the task force, and nobody asked why. What you in my house for? Because you say he was around my block. You say he is associated with the folks that live next door, then why you in my house? Because you think that he gonna be in my crib? I ain't got no record. I ain't been out here doing nothing. Anything that I done is in the past. What you doing over here? How come I can't come out my house? How come I can't take my dog out for a walk? What's going on? Most folks ain't asking no questions because they're too afraid. Or they just don't want to know. Or they just rather be in the dark and they just rather go from moment to moment and let life affect them instead of affecting life. When you know why, life stops affecting you and you start affecting life. The universe will bend to your will when you take time out to put energy into knowing more about it. We're all connected. This whole earth and everything is connected. And there's a reason for everything. So take out time in your life. General knowledge, basic knowledge, one word, one meaning that turns out to be a broad basis for life itself. The word why. W-H-Y. Learn it. Look into it. Find out more about it. Because when you do, you make so many better decisions. You'll have such a clear head because you'll understand. You'll have empathy for people. You'll have sympathy for people that you usually will have anger for and disgust. Like your spouses and your girlfriends and your boyfriends and some of these people that have killed people and people that are robbing folks and stealing this and lying about that. You'll start to stop looking down on them and you won't look over them and you won't have an understanding of them and you will have an overstanding of them to where you can actually look at them and say, I would never do no shit like that. 100. But now that I put myself in your shoes and I'm able to take that perspective and look at it from your point of view, because I know why you did what you did, even if why sounds stupid and sounds like, dude, you just the dumbest person on the planet to go out and do something like that over that. That's petty. Why would you do something so massive over something so small? But when you finally are able to know why and you put yourself in that position, you can actually be like, you know what? No, I wouldn't do it, but I can see you. I see you for who you are. I see you for why you did that. You shouldn't have did that. You misguided. You need some guidance in your life. You need somebody to talk to you and let you know, hey, ain't no need to go out and rob somebody